be fine. It's cool that Pair Cup would theoretically do a 5 damage after, but yeah, we win. This is a 14 damage combo here for a 4 for a 1-drop and a 4-cost card. It's a 14 damage. Making content for you guys is a full-time job, and it's only possible with your support. Click the link in the description to join my Patreon for access to exclusive streams, deep fry podcasts, private video calls, and more. What's going on, everybody? This is Fry. So today we are going to be doing the Wax Aggro deck. This is an aggro deck with Super Brainz, which I think is a really good hero right now. And we are going to be featuring this card, which is probably the most busted card in the entire game. It's the quarterly bonus. This is adding 4 attack and making the zombie that you play on this do a bonus attack. This has been bugged in the past, but this really does work. It's always going to make, again, the target not just go and become 4 attack, but it's going to gain 4 attack, and then it's going to be doing that bonus attack. And it is just, imagine Captain Combustible's Blazing Bark and Time to Shine all combined in one card. You can absolutely melt opponents with quarterly bonus. Just for an example, if you have a Imposter on the board, a really weak card, which only has 2 attack, this will be gaining 4, so we'll be going to 6 and doing a bonus attack, and then doing another attack regularly during the attack phase. So this is going to be a 12 damage OTK combo, even with just a really weak card, especially if you're going to be playing it on a more powerful aggro card like Pool Shark. Then it's all of a sudden doing 14 damage bullseye. Anyway, quarterly bonus is completely broken. Now, we're running a lot of aggro cards, including the newly buffed Mini Ninja. This has been buffed that now instead of having base 1 stats, it has base 2, which is a really big difference in this card, because now it will clear a lane. Like, you can just spam this on turn 1, and if they play a Clickbee that answers it, at least that Clickbee is going to die, as opposed to before when this only had a base of 1. The Clickbee would be still on the board, and then you'd have to find a way of clearing a lane. So the Mini Ninja is really high reward because it can do 4 damage and very low risk, because it'll usually just be clearing the lane. We're also running Mustache Waxer and just a few mustaches, and this is going to ensure that you're going to be able to put a lot of minions on the board. You can play your Mustache Waxer, and then let's say even if it's turn 3, you can play an Imposter that turn, and you can play a Pool Shark the same turn, and you can play another minion or use like your Super Brain Super. Super Brain Super has gotten buffed, so this is another reason we're doing this with Super Brains. This is going to add 1/1 to something and then move it and do a bonus attack. So even if that's just, again, on little 2-cost Pool Shark, that's already going to be 8 damage bullseye, which is almost half of their health. What else are we running? We're running a couple of copies of Ducky Tube. So this is a really good minion just to spam on turn 1. Sometimes you also have an extra brain from your Mustache Waxer that you're going to be able to put this in the water. Really putting this on turn 1. On turn 2, it'll grow to a 2/3, and then the next turn will be a 3/4. So not only is it going to be putting a lot of stats on your board, having a guy in the amphibious lane in order to do your quarterly bonus, you really want both shots of the quarterly bonus to hit face. The initial bonus attack and then during the attack phase. In order to be able to win the game, the deck really relies heavily on quarterly bonus, even though you can win without it by just spamming enough threats on the board that they don't have answers to. We are running Imposters, so not only because it's a mustache, but it's just going to be free value on the board, and again, a minion that they're very reluctant to take out. You're able to use quarterly bonus on it. Chimney Sweep, 2 copies of these. Only works on heights, but you are able, again, this is going to be 3/2 for 1, so it's just really good stats. For finishers, running Cowboy, which is going to be not only can put a lot of damage, if you're playing against like a Kabloom hero that's able to answer every little card you play, having then a Space Cowboy, once they've used all of their Berry Blast and Sizzles and such, will be a way to not only do a ton of damage, but also keep lanes clear so you can put more value on the board. The Viking is also a newly buffed card. That when you play this on the board is going to be draining the opponent's block meter. So just spamming this onto a board with a lot of threats after you've hit them a couple of times is insane value, because your opponent's just not going to block, so you're going to do more damage. They're not going to get their superpowers. Plus, Shield Crusher Viking is a mustache, so you will actually gain an extra brain with the Mustache Waxer. Mustache Waxer is also gaining 2 health every single time you play a Mustache, so this ends up being a very healthy minion on the board. Again, another thing that's very difficult, another guy that's very difficult for your opponent to remove, that is able to use the quarterly bonus and get the value that way. Because even with 2 mustaches, this thing already has, for a 1-drop, already has 6 health. Kind of a ridiculous card. Besides for that, we're running teleports. Teleportation Zombie is also a good card to use quarterly bonus because of his bullseye. And we're running some Toxic Waste Imps to add another water lane threat, and also to keep your lanes clear. You can put this directly in front. I don't know if they put like a Soul Patch or something you really need to take out. Toxic Waste Imp is your boy. It will also be making both the Mini Ninjas and the Imposters deadly, and also the Cowboy deadly, so you get a lot of value from Toxic Waste Imp as well. Let's get right into the games. Hope you guys enjoy. And here we go. Now, if you notice, you haven't seen the Twitch chat on the side of the screen where they usually are. I am making an experiment today recording this video offline. I do definitely plan on recording future videos, you know, online with the Twitch chat. That's more exciting. I definitely plan on keeping that up in the future. Let me make this mulligan real quick, and I'll tell you more about that. Now, keeping 2 early game cards in a quarterly bonus is good because this is Solar Flare, who has a lot of like early game answers. I think I'm going to hold on to Cowboy, because usually, again, Solar Flare is going to be the Solar class and the Kabloom class, probably the 2 best classes against this deck. So we are going to maybe keep a little bit extra late game. I hate spamming this on turn 1 against Solar Flare. Guess I probably should, though. Maybe I'll wait and just do these both on turn 3. It's so slow, though. This dies to literally all of her superpowers. I guess on heights it doesn't die to the score. Right, I'm going to go with my gut and actually not spam the Mini Ninja yet, and let's just see what happens here. Playing several minions at a time makes it a little bit harder for her to have all the removal. Alright, so now we're going to go with Pool Shark. I'll play this now on grounds, because if there is a Scorch, I kind of do want this taken out. Then I'll have like a double play for turn 3 and then 4. It'll just be adding more pressure this way. That's fine. No Scorch at least. This little things will be charging our block meter. I'll probably end up playing the Cowboy in 1. So let's make this play like I'm playing Cowboy in 1 next turn. So I think I'm gonna go, ooh, well, I guess I'll go like this and not Mini Ninja yet. Alright, we'll do it like this. Playing a quarterly bonus, if you get the opportunity to play this on a Cowboy, it's obviously really, really good. Opponent's just drawing cards. That really puts us ahead, unless the opponent gets some insane flower and fruit here, defensive. Like, I hope they didn't just get a banana bomb. That would be insane. That's a fruit, right? Yeah. That would be the worst case scenario here. But Colonel Pulse is not. Oh, that's the flower. Okay, great. So the opponent did top deck a 1 cost, which now is a 0 cost, flower from the cross-pollination, since cross-pollination makes them cost less. That was super, super annoying. Now, you only have 1 guy on the board, and the opponent can Berry Blast, so we're definitely not going for quarterly bonus yet. This is a really good opportunity to spam Cowboy. Sizzle is a thing, so Cowboy actually is a lot worse, especially against Kabloom heroes these days, but opponent's not necessarily going to have that. Oh, the Cowboy's going to die, too. It's doing 6 damage, though, which is pretty hefty. Opponent's doing 0. Dang it. That 1 damage, though, from the Puff Shroom really saved the opponent, like, a lot of grief here. None of the superpowers take a 2-3 out. The little extra health from this, the fact it goes up to 3 health from hitting face 1 time, Ducky Tube. Oh my gosh, and just got Blueberry, like, really? Okay, that's insanely, insanely unlucky. Try to keep our head up here. It's so stupid. For real, so stupid. So I'm gonna go... I mean, oh man. I guess just you... We have Chop, so even if this like transforms, you know, he'll have to spend resources dealing with this, which means we have other things hitting face. We're getting close again to our win condition. 12 is usually the lucky number for an OTK with the quarterly bonus. But we can Chop in this Wingnut. Alright, well... So we're running against a hero that's not only running a lot of small removal and little answers, but is also running Wingnut, which basically completely negates the quarterly bonus. Yeah, this is a huge problem. See if we can get at least something that can do some damage here. Oh, this is so annoying. But it also negates our Super Brain Super, so all of our win conditions kind of go into the trash once the opponent plays Wingnut. Oh my gosh, you leaped the wingnut. Dude, you just messed up, bro. Okay, well, got another bluesberry. I'm phased with that for some reason. Not really sure why. I think we just won the game. Because Chop quarterly wins. It's a 12 damage in lane 2. Here we go. Can you please not roll high? Please! Yoink! Rolled a 3. Oh my gosh. Can we please just roll a 1? Okay. Okay. Now, this really neatly goes into the next little thing I've added on the side of the screen you're probably wondering about. I added counters. And I really want to, you know, regularly for the bets, I'm still going to keep track. We'll play like 10 games. I'll probably do 10 games today. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking because I don't even know what just happened. Oh, that was insane. We'll try to just like survive here. It's not going to be easy though, because any 3 damage kills us now, and we're not going to roll a 3. That's just how that works. I almost can play for like block Super Brainz Super is probably the smartest way to play this. So we'll see if we can like, if there's an empty lane, we'll try to. It's going to be really, really tough. Alright. I kind of want to keep track if we're playing decks that really hard counter the deck. I would say in this example, it would be a ton of heal, a ton of small removal, and like wingnut. Exactly. Decks that are running that and kind of keeping, like, I'll still count them normally as wins and losses, but I kind of want to just keep track of how well does this deck do against its hard counter. So again, I'll count everything as a win or a loss. It doesn't matter if I'm playing, again, unless we know it's a sniper, unless we see the name. We're 100% sure. Okay, so I'm gonna go with you here and you here. Now, we do need to block, period. If we block and get Super Brainz Super, we win in lane 4. So maybe, like, Karma, we can roll 3. This definitely counts as playing against a counter because I mean, it was running wingnut. It was running a lot of small removal. I'm gonna try to just do it loosely, you know what I mean? I'm sure there'll be controversial, like, was that really a hard counter to this deck or not? And, alright, so we'll take the first L here. It's extremely unfortunate. That really wasn't even... The opponent really wasn't running any heal. They were running 1 wingnut, which they ended up leaping stupidly. I'm gonna not even count that as a hard counter to this deck, and we'll just take it as an L. That was just the block meter. We had him. I mean, we completely, 1,000,000,000% had him, and he just rolled, California rolled us, and that is how that went. Bruh. I think we got California rolled there, right? Alright, we're gonna keep it going here. Let's not keep the Cowboy teleport in this matchup. Let's get rid of 1 imposter. There we go. Should I spam this on turn 1? I think I will. Just gonna want to do 8 damage, get that initial health down to 12, proc the block. I kind of like the imposter because it's just going face and the opponent like doesn't feel like spending a card to remove this because it just gives us a free card. I kind of like it. Teleportation zombie, why not? We have teleport in hand too, so if this gets sizzled next turn, we'll be good to go. Seedling. If we passed, we technically could have teleport imposter there, but hopefully Seedling doesn't do anything that is too ridiculous. That's fine. It's gonna be a hard card to actually take out in terms of clearing this lane. We have Deadly in our hand though, so that makes it a lot easier. If the opponent sizzles, I'll just teleport Bull Shark. It's a fine play. Wow, so Deadly is really, really good right now. So I'm going to Imposter and Deadly, and that just keeps these lanes super clear. It also got Mustache. Might as well spam this here, right? It's free damage and free brains. So that's awesome. Really, really nice. Oh, we got an Amphibious minion here too. Let's go. Free brains. We're always gonna play this in the water, keep the health up on the wax. I'm gonna, I think, pass here. We can't play like Pool Shark Super, which would be lethal. We're one brain too short of doing that. This would be 5 and 5 though here. There's a lot of potential. And again, even if we get Sizzle, we still have a teleport, so might as well play reactively. If the opponent doesn't take anything out though, should I just play Chimney Sweep here? I don't know. Shroom for 2. This Mushroom Grotto is so slow. It's good at keeping lanes clogged. So I like that, but yeah, that didn't do anything, man. Alright, so just for some maths, I mean, if we go like this, see, the second shot doesn't necessarily hit, because there's Meteor, it takes it out, and his ultimate. So let's not use this unless we know both are going face. I guess we just go for the max damage. This has to be right, not Chimney Sweep. This will just make his block meter next turn worse. So let's go like that. And we'll hold on to the teleport, because Teleportation Zombie will probably die here. We should pretty easily have a quarterly bonus to win, because we literally have 5 guys on the board, and the opponent has 3 health, so it's lethal. It's guaranteed lethal in 2 lanes, and then it's pretty damn good everywhere else. Alright, he's running Pair of Pairs. He didn't conjure this either, so he's just running that with Mushroom Grotto. Bro's got the strats. Oh, and that's gonna do it, because we can just, well... Anyway, alright. We're 1-0. And let's keep it going. Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, and you are used to just watching YouTube videos, you don't come to the live streams, let me know in the comment section below. I'm sure you guys already have, if you got this far in the video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about me recording offline, though. Does it really make a big difference? Is it way more exciting seeing the Twitch chat react to things? I think the Twitch chat really does sort of add like a fun element, but I'm kind of wondering how much you guys, again, who don't come, obviously if you come to the live streams, you're going to have very strong opinions about it, but those of you who do not come to the live streams, let me know how much you care. So teleporting on Solar Flare on turn 2 should be fine. I actually like this hand. I'm not even going to play on 1. I'm going to pass turn 1. I'm going to teleport one of these in on turn 2. It kind of depends on how we draw here. If we draw another mustache, I guess I'll go with this one. See, anything we played would have died for free. I'd rather take 2 damage than have a whole guy just down the drain. Now, the opponent is going to have 3 here, which is a little annoying. But right now, if the opponent spams a Twin Sunflower, we can always teleport the Mustache Waxer in. So we're going to teleport 1 in now and then play 2 more. And then all of a sudden, it's turn 3. The opponent will have Force on. Down a superpower, though, so that really helps. That's one of the key small removal cards. Solar Flare kind of just wasted there. I'll just teleport a Mini Ninja, I guess. But it just, you're presenting all of your threats at once. Okay, so now that the opponent played this, it's definitely going to be Mustache Waxer, which can give us the most value next turn. Nothing's going face, so we'll put the lowest attack on the board. The opponent also doesn't have Scorch, so we do not have to play around that at all. Now, Teleportation Zombie is cool, because now we can teleport in Mini Ninja. I can also go 1-1 and maybe 1. Like, if the opponent is running like a... It really would be nice to take out a... We're not giving Mustache Waxer any help. It would be nice to take out a Fig if the opponent had this on exactly 4, which is very likely. So Deadly is a pretty strong play here, if the opponent doesn't just Berry Blast, Berry Blast. Alright, looks like we're getting Berry Blast, Berry Blast. Does he not know that? He doesn't know the Mini Ninja. He doesn't know the change. He knows about the Seedling change. That has 2 health. But it doesn't survive. No, there's no way. He didn't realize he didn't, like, remember the Mini Ninja buff. That's insane, guys. Alright, well, we take those. It's going to be Teleport, Mini Ninja, Deadly usually here. And that just covers every lane. I mean, the Solar Flare is going to have such a hard time developing anything now. Look, guys, it's Spyrus. He knows what's in my gravestone. What you going to do about it, bro? Team up is okay. It's got to be Mini Ninja. The question is, do I spam Deadly here? I think I do, just for, like, brain and card efficiency. It's a little weird because it doesn't do anything right now. Quite yet. Those just trade. I think that's going in the fail count. So now what? I really don't want a quarterly bonus here. So I think I'm just gonna teleport Cowboy. I mean, if he doesn't play into the Paradise, we'll quarterly bonus. So Sizzle, Sunflower. Opponent is really out of steam here. All right, so the opponent already used Super. So the 3 cards that can be in here are More Spore. I'm thinking of using the quarterly just as a tempo play. It's More Spore, Scorch, and Weed Whack. Obviously doing this and getting Weed Whacked would be super, super sad. Alright, let's not quarterly. I think really disciplined, don't quarterly bonus unless you're hitting your opponent's face. It's too valuable. So I'd rather burn 5 brains here than waste the win condition card of this deck. Interesting. So we'll have teleport something quarterly next turn, so maybe I'll just spam Cowboy. Oh wow, we have to play around Kernel Corn is the #1 card we really need to play around here. So teleport Cowboy does play around that. Teleport Cowboy is kind of good no matter what. Alright, that's what we're going to go with. It might be double Kernel Corn. In which case we'll teleport Cowboy in 1, I guess. We'll take the 12 if he blocks. Got a lot of nothing. Okay. So whatever the 2-drop, it's gonna be like multiply, and then he'll get 2 3-drops. But honestly, Cowboy is basically gonna clear the opponent's life here. Rescue Radish Molekale, because that's lots of fun. Okay. Alright, so maybe quarterly is correct now. Just quarterly in 1. The problem is now, okay, so quarterly will do 8. So if the opponent blocks and then gets exactly Weed Whack, we're kind of screwed. I'm going to go for it, I don't care. Go Mini Ninja, roll 1, please! Please! Please roll 1! Yes! Okay, alright guys. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. The block meter today has been giving me heart failure. Let's go. Alright. Keep it going here. I'm just running down the fail. Alright. Here we go. So, I think we'll just try to go heavy here. We don't want 2 chimney sweeps ever. I'm also not going to try to teleport things in against Grass Knuckles. I'll keep the Waxer. It'll come in handy. So turn 1, I think we ducky on 1 for real. Because, again, really not a whole lot Grass Knuckles can do. I guess Sting Bean can kind of answer this, but this really creates a lot of tempo on the board, and it's going to be a... Right now, this is out of control. I mean, this is already, stat-wise, it's going nuts. So we could do like a cheeky play where we go Chimney Sweep Ultimate. The other play would be Teleport Chimney. Teleport Wax will counter Triceratops, which is kind of fun. I'm gonna go with my gut and actually spend the teleport here. I'd really like to get like another mustache, and then we can go like Mustache Waxer with the mustache and Super on turn 3. And this way we really counter a bunch of things. Like it's not Black Eyed Pea. Alright. So we'll see what we get from the teleport, but yeah, I'll just put the damage on now. It's really a ton of heat right now on the opponent. This is only turn 2. Have the opponent down to 14. You got a 3-2 and a 3-4 on the board. Ridiculous. So now what? I really don't want to play into Rumble that much. So I'll just play Mustache Waxer. Maybe we'll Super Brainz Super here. Like, if it's gonna save this card. I'll do this over here in lane 4 in case we roll a 1 and the opponent gets Rumble. This will be saved. This sets up the Cowboy also really well. That actually happened. So that's huge. This is doing so much damage now. It's just procs to block. Rumble doesn't do a damn thing. Cowboy is a really good answer to the... Guys, this game's scripted. I don't know what's going on. But, so the opponent's down to 3 health. Cowboy happens, by the way, not to take damage from Primal Potato Mine. Because, I mean, this is guaranteed. Like, there's no way the opponent answers all 3 of these cards. So we'll just change the score to 3-1. But yeah, he moves before the mine explodes and does the 3 damage. Okay, great. He is protected! And the concede. I think we haven't really actually played against a single heal deck today, which again, Poppin' Poppies, I would say is the killer of this deck. It heals for 6, but even more importantly, it clogs 3 lanes. And again, unless you can get your Cowboy to like clear all the little buddies, usually that's so much value in terms of how much damage it takes, you know, potentially in the future turns off the board. It really makes it hard to win, unless you can like OTK them in the water with Quarterly, but I'll tell you guys a little story that I did this online, and we had a little sniper problem. Again, you can always argue maybe it was snipers, maybe it wasn't. How do we keep this hand? Really want another mustache to make these grow. I probably should ditch one of these 2 cards, and because of all the little things, I'm gonna play around Lieutenant Caratron and actually get rid of that. Alright. So we're still gonna spam this on 1, and hopefully we'll draw into like a mustache play. We have just mustache, deadly, which is pretty good. And we have our Ducky, man. Ducky too? I like it. And now again, this Ducky, I guess unless the opponent just got Berry Blast from that Lightspeed Seed. It's Ducky out of control. Yeah, so I did a live stream of this. It's not really what we want to see here, this Ducky. We could really just develop it, though. It's not terrible. We don't really have the Cowboy for another turn. We also don't really have... I guess I'll do it like this to play around Shrinking Violet, and we'll play the Ducky here, because the Ducky will definitely hit face this turn. I don't think we need to Deadly on turn 2. There's not going to be too many things that... Juggernaut? Like, what the most value we'll get is, like, killing a Juggernaut or a... I don't know what. Mostly anything he plays, like even a big Walnut or something, we could Deadly it next turn. That's cute play. Doesn't take out damage, but it keeps this alive, so it'll block something. I think it's pretty smart. That got blocks. It's still just a 2-3. It's fine, though. We're ahead on the board. Let's see if we can get a good play here with the Deadly, though. Really would like to see a mustache. That is not a mustache. Probably not the correct turn to Mini Ninja. Because it really just trades with the 3-1. I mean, is it worth it? I guess the Cowboy becomes a lot better when it doesn't have to deal with this 3-1. Alright, I'll just do this. And if he photosynthesizers, I'll definitely get more value from that. There's nothing we can really get from the Deadly. Anyway, I was doing a live stream and we ended up playing basically half the matches ended up being someone who was running Wingnut and Poppin' Poppies and a bunch of Catch Mechanics, which is another really strong card, or just like a ton of small removal. It kind of ended up being to the point where it was like... it was pretty ridiculous. It was every single game. So we're both emptying our boards here. There's no... Well, no, we'll have a 2-4 on the board. I think I don't use the Deadly yet, because we just have a play for turn 4. This is fine. He does 2 damage. We have a 2-4 on the board. I'm pretty sure ours is better. And we have really empty block meter for Cowboy, which is really what we want to see. You can Shrinking Violet just the Cowboy, but... And there's Quarterly, just what we wanted. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I'm recording this offline, and kind of like... I want to kind of like emphasize if we're playing against hard counters. Again, I know I probably over-embellish, I'll admit it, like saying when there's a sniper, anyone who's running a hard counter to the deck is automatically a sniper. But I think it's come to the point, you know, we've had about 1,000 people watching live on YouTube, and about 500 every single day, just since the... Wow, this Snapdragon, oh, it's gonna kind of get some damage. That's a clever one, I like it. I actually like the Snapdragon a lot. Just 3. Nice. And it kind of kills it next turn too. We can Quarterly here. Well, looks like we don't have a choice. If he's Shrinking Violets, we'll Quarterly for 5 and then kill the Snapdragon, proc the block. Squash, okay. Well, actually, Quarterly... Well, anyway. I mean, this usually wins. Should I Deadly here? I am gonna Deadly, just to see what we get. Because we really do need another minion no matter what. Next turn, Deadly doesn't matter. This should win, though. Block meter permitting here. Just behaves, please. Yes! Anyway, it's the reason why I'm thinking. And let me know, again, I'd love to hear YouTube specifically. Your thoughts on running the, really, again, I haven't seen a single Poppin' Poppy's Wingnut deck, so whether it's a sniper or it's not, it's just bad luck. We ran into someone who's just running an absolute hard counter to the deck. Keeping track of how often we win those as opposed to the regular score, I think it'll just add, I think it just helps put the deck a little bit more into perspective. So teleporting in Ducky on 2 and then doing a mustache play on 3 looks good. Again, to play around Solar Flare, really not the hero we want to be matching up against. I also recognize the fact that I think Wingnut is going to become meta. Wingnut, anyway, is a good card. It plays around the Brainy class with the bonus attacks, plays around Frenzy, so that's the Beastly and the Hardy class. Really rely on Frenzy to do a lot of decks rely on Frenzy to do a lot of damage. Let's see what we get here. I like this. So we're gonna teleport. Do we teleport Ducky or teleport the Mustache Waxer? Well, if he plays Twin Sunflower or Seedling, it'll make that decision really easy. But if opponent passes here, so turn 3 we can 1-1-1. As opposed to if we have 3, we can play 2, get back to 2, get back to 2. Probably teleporting in Ducky sooner is better. Get it rolling. Yep. I'm gonna play this on Heights. This on the ground. I love this stack opening up the water lane too with the Quarterlies. Alright, so that makes our decision super easy. It's definitely gonna be this, which gives us the Brainz for next turn. Oh, alright, we'll go Chimney now. Since we can spam all these next turn. Okay. We haven't seen a superpower yet, though, so I'm really reluctant to play this on the ground. Now, we got second Waxer, so I'm gonna go... Waxer, Waxer. Waxer? I just met her. This will bring us up to 3? It feels stupid doing this. I mean, is Scorch even good here? Alright, well... Okay, if we play this, then the card he wants to remove is the Chimney Sweep here. So then we'll play this on Heights next turn. Alright, we're playing around Scorch a little bit. We're burning actually a lot of Sun this turn. Unless the opponent can somehow play something with 5 attack. It's just... Poison Ivy, but there's no... there's no lanes for Poison Ivy whatsoever. Ba, 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 ba. But yeah, guys, it's time to play. Guess what turn it is? Okay, he had Scorch, so we did that right. We're also getting another Mustache, which is awesome. It means these are only doing 1 attack, but... Here's 3, 1. Ducky usually gets blocked. It's a little sad. Alright, Ducky, you proc the block. Good enough. And he's gonna die. To Weed Whack or whatever. We're really looking for quarterly bonus. We really need it here to put this guy away. Here's Viking. So it's funny, we could play Viking if we had 2 lanes that were empty. But what do you know? I guess just put the most attack on the board possible. We could chop something if he elderberries, I guess. There isn't really a good elderberry. The lane. It's probably just gonna be Fig. It's Fig. Maybe we can chop that next turn. Really, if it turns into something with 5 attack, Viking Chop is a really, really strong play. If the block meter behaves, we'll get to like a full block meter and get the value from the Viking. Okay, we'll roll 1-1-3, good enough. This turns into a choppable minion. Nope. It turns into 1 attack. Good job. Wow, we got quarterly. Okay, well, we have to do the Viking now. This is the turn of the Viking. If he plays Maul-Kill and Leaps us, then we can chop the 6 drop. We're gaining two brains, so we'll be able to do that. We should, again, this drain of the block meter is so much value. I would love if we could chop something for the win here, though. That would totally validate Viking's existence in this deck. Alright, so let's talk about some things that I could have... Well, this doesn't transform because it's dead. Alright, well, Quarterly should just win here. Let's talk about some things that I could have ran in this deck that I experimented with. One is Blob. Blob really adds another win condition card. Maybe the deck should have Blob instead of what, though? Instead of Cowboy? Like, once you start scraping away the little units and the amphibious minions and stuff like that, the deck obviously becomes a lot worse. I don't know what this guy's going to play on 6 here that makes a difference, but we have Chop and 6 damage in not every lane, almost every, well, 3 lanes. Taking a cold effects because my voice is getting shot. Double Wingnut, okay. It's a little bit late for that. Now the thing that we can do here is just add attack. Even though it doesn't do a bonus attack, obviously, from the Wingnut. But this is fine. This lane always hits this turn. It gets double denied, which is okay. Lane 1 dies. Oh no, I should have done it in lane 1. Lane 1 made it guaranteed lethal because he couldn't even roll double. But honestly, if he rolls double 3s, it's still guaranteed because he'll have 1 health, and even Weed Wax still will do 1. So it was BM, guys. Shush. Yeah, but lane 1 was way cleaner. Oh no, it doesn't do a bonus attack. Sorry, I'm stupid. I'm double stupid. Lane 1 didn't do anything because it wouldn't have done the bonus attack. Lane 3 was exactly the right play. It was guaranteed lethal. Shut up. Forgets about Wingnut 3 seconds after acknowledging it. Alright, well, okay, you don't teleport against Grass Knuckles because of Forget-Me-Nots. Just get rid of your teleports. Looks like we got one. This is too much late game, and honestly, I'd rather keep the, we got 2 amphibious minions now. I love the Ducky against Grass Knuckles, but I love the Toxic, too. I think because we're competing for the amphibious lane here. Oh. Alright, I have to keep Quarterly bonus, though. It's so important for this deck. Yeah, so Blob would add another win condition, maybe instead of Cowboy or instead of one of the Toxic Waste Imps. Just to run like 2 Blobs probably is a good idea for this deck. Line Dancing Zombie would also be good. It's a strike through, it clears lanes, it's a really good target for Quarterly. We'll do this here and teleport in the Toxics maybe next turn. Teleportation Zombie, another really good card against Senior Grass. You can't do 5 damage, it's just not something that Grass Knuckles can accomplish. I probably should have played this in lane 4 to make the eventual Cowboy better. That's okay. So this is an opportunity just to plug a Toxic Waste Imp into the board here and take out a 5/6. This doesn't need to be sitting in the water and doing with other imps. This is so much value. You just took out 2 cards and 5 Sun all by itself. I really wish this was here, because the cowboy would be doing 9 damage here. This was really a misplay. This should have gone in 4. My bad. Now, I could just go for the quarterly here. Quarterly, clear. I mean, this isn't really a problem. Nah, just go face. Just go face. Going face for 6. Setting up cowboy, which again, it doesn't have 4 attack. Doesn't let a shamrocket. So grass knuckles really no answer. The teleportation zombie isn't even dying. So it's just pass. We have teleport. And we have quarterly, so there's no need to play around him killing teleportation zombie. There's no point in doing that. Those are growing? Cool. And that does a bonus attack. But... okay, how do we do this? So it's teleport and deadly will basically kill these, and we'll quarterly later. So it's good. Viking is cool. I don't think, again, quarterly could win here if the block meter rolls really low, but this is such a high value play. We'll just do the quarterly bonus next turn. Ooh. Now we'll hold on teleport. So you're dead. Now this guarantees kills the... we actually hope we can block here, I think. Well, if it doesn't, then it just attacks again. Yeah, no, always proccing the block. Yeah, that's fine. Drawing cards, la-di-da-di-da. So let's try to set up a win with quarterly bonus here. So it'll be Mustache Waxer, Chimney Sweep. I guess if the opponent has Forget-Me-Nots, it denies this. Percup is fine. Pourquoi? You know, Forget-Me-Nots would deny it, but then we just teleport in like Toxic Waste Imp and we'll be fine. It's cool that Percup would theoretically do a 5 damage after, but yeah, we win. This is a 14 damage combo here for a 4 for a 1-drop and a 4-cost card. It's just 14 damage. I hope you guys understand the trend here of how absolutely busted quarterly bonuses as a card. And again, it's easy to say, oh, Wingnut happens hard counter this deck. Wingnut is about to become meta, because I'm going to put this on YouTube, and I'm sure everyone knows, even without this video, how absolutely and extremely, extraordinarily busted. This is a good hand. Do we keep Toxic? I think I do. Just how busted, like, quarterly bonuses. I think we want to draw out the Scorch here, so we're going to do this on 1. Which would mean that really Wingnut and Solar as a result are gonna... it really needs a nerf. I mean, the quarterly bonus should do what it says on the card. Make it 4 attack, and then do a bonus attack. I think that would lower... it'd still be a really good card, but it would lower the potential of that a lot. Am I getting debated for Scorch here? Because I was about to go, But maybe I just Toxic Waste Imp here and try to see what superpower he has first, right? I kind of want to take this out, though. I could just Teleportation Zombie and play for next turn. Really don't want to see, like, Captain Cucumber here as the one card I'm going to play around. Because that'll really get us in trouble quick. If he plays Captain Cucumber now, it means he has to take 6 on his head. Also, his Chomp doesn't hit this anymore. Well, maybe we'll probably know by the end of this turn what superpower the opponent has. I guess unless he plays Captain Cucumber. Alright, there it is. He had nothing. No Scorch, no Chomp. But he's ramping like crazy. Now, Teleportation Zombie should be really good here. It's running Peapod. McKay, really unscary card that's just going to make us draw into our Super Brainz ultimate. So Teleportation Zombie again, really solid card here. And we'll probably just play Chimney Sweep in 1. We can also chop in case he goes for a Galleon. Okay, well, I'm officially scared. Now, this isn't actually that scary. Is it scary? Man, some kitchen mechanics would hit really, really hard here. Nervous last time. So, I mean, these mini ninjas are deadly. He hasn't shown us any answer to this at all. If there's something we want to match up in this lane, I guess it's going to be the mini ninja, because it's deadly. We can also chop. A catch a mechanic, you know, we can get chopped here. We really need a quarterly. Probably need some more wing condition cards in this deck, right? Alright, how about this? This is game 7. He's actually running Wingnut. Great. Fantastic. Do I play on Scorch? Well, this plays into Scorch, but it plays around... It plays around his ultimate, which won't kill Toxic Waste Imp, which I think is going to be necessary to carry us here. So let's do this. Heal's also good here, so we're kind of screwed from this block super either way. You got that, so really worth it putting the mini ninja on the board there. Messes this play up. Deadly will be next turn. Yeah, wave killing the Wingnut for sure. Again, I don't think it's very likely he's going to be able to take both of these out. So, we can also theoretically play for Viking, 3 and 2. I guess, well no, it's only turn 5, he can't even Cob Cannon, yeah, we should be fine. Alright, so it looks like we're going for Chop. Chop Mini Ninja Deadly looks really good. He's not blocking. It's 3 and 2, we should win here. I might as well Deadly first, just see what we get. It's going to be Imposter, which is better here. It'll give us another card for next turn. And it looks like we can win against Wingnut here just from spam. Yeah, it's guaranteed lethal. Alright, we got it. Alright, guys. You guys want to see maybe a blob version for the last 2 games? The Cowboys have been good. Alright, we can get rid of, let's say, 1 Toxic Waste Imp, and let's say the Vikings, and we'll add 3 blob, and we'll see how that goes. Just to add, again, a little bit more. The Vikings have been fine, but... just to see... Again, I've experimented with Line Dancing Zombie, with Blob. Duck Stash also is pretty good in this deck, because it's going to make you... It plays a little bit different at that point. I'm just looking for Blob, which is OP. It got buffed to 2 base attack, which is ridiculous. We have all the teleports. Not running any regular bonus attacks, which maybe would be good to run a couple of. Should I even run like 2 regular bonus attacks? I'm not sure what I would do. I'd have to like start taking out Ducky to run that. Or Chimney Sweep. I could. I feel like it's just really important to have. Alright, you know what? I'll take out... Ducky's the cool experiment in the water lane. Let's take out the 2 Chimney Sweeps and add 2 regular bonus attacks, and we'll see. And this, again, will give us now a way... a clear path to victory even when we don't have our quarterly bonus. So that's a little different. We'll play 2 more games here. Yeah, but Duckstash has 2 things. First of all, Duckstash got buffed. So when you play it on your Imposter, or your Imposter Spawn, or your Mustache Waxer, or even in rare scenarios on a Pool Shark, it'll be a 6/5, which is just so much damage, but it's also drawing cards. So if you're against a deck that counters you, you'll have a little bit more card draw. I kind of don't like that idea, though, because Duckstash normally is 3/2. It's not strike through. It doesn't... I don't think it makes sense. I don't think it's brain efficient. It obviously is card efficient. I don't think it's brain efficient enough. So 1, 2, 3 looks pretty good. You know, you can't really commit to this on 3 against Kabloom anymore. Anyway, it's a fine starting hand, and it'll draw into greater things coming up. I think you always Ducky on 1. Just to get this rolling. Once this gets, again, to 3 health, it becomes really strong. Oh, we got our Super Brain Super. Haven't really gotten this much starting today. See, now... I think I just want to spam 2 cards now, because honestly, we play this, we get Berry Blasted, and then we're doing 1 damage. I think this is really the way to go now. I guess this can always just go, well, we don't have Chimney Sweep in the deck anymore. I'll change the deck list in a second. So let's set up for Cowboy and smush all of these in these last 3 lanes, and the Cowboy can go in lane 1, which is where it wants to be. And he killed us for free, so this would have been the one reason to put this on Heights, is there's seeming a lot more people running running Fireweed these days. Oh, this got blocked too. Well, is that a California roll? It did 1, 2, 1. Yep, so we got Kelly. That happens. So I'm gonna go 3. Like, should I go for Super Brain Super here or Teleportation Zombie? Tele Zombie here ain't bad. We'll probably have a better Super Brain Super later. Let's just be sun efficient, play around Berry Blast and removal and stuff like that. We're gonna see double Clickbee here. Oh, man. Kind of screwed us there. The good news is we're gonna have basically an empty block meter for Cowboy to come in. Again, we're playing around Sizzle, so I guess I just play this, right? I mean, do we draw out the Sizzle and play it next turn? Alright, this is what we're doing. If he Sizzles, we pass. We have no choice. But if he doesn't have Sizzle, if he Berry Blast too, and it's going for this, we'll just teleport in the Cowboy. And if he has Sizzle, then he won't have Sizzle next turn for the Cowboy, and the Cowboy will be OP. That's the working theory. Maybe I'll Cowboy... Anyway, he didn't have Sizzle. I love Super Brain Super on Cowboy, because not only is it making the base of it for attack, but it's like resetting it and moving it back to lane 1. I really like the Cowboys in this deck here. I'll change the deck list. I'm stalling. Ba -ba -da 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 -da. Here we go. La 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 la. So it's gonna be 2 and Super Brain Super to proc the block, and it does 8 damage. Yeah, this is a good play. Like, I could go 2-1, but it doesn't make sense, right? So unless, again, now he got Sizzle. This will proc the block and then do 8 damage, and none of his superpower, I mean this one will, but none of his superpowers will actually be able to kill the Cowboy now. So this is guaranteed lethal, right? It's 8 damage. Use Blazing Bark. There's Time to Shine, doesn't do anything. Meteor doesn't do anything. No block meter. And whatever his last superpower is doesn't do anything. And big. Yep, got him. That's guaranteed. 8-1. I won't tell you how the deck did. That actually, all things considered, and I kind of wish I was doing this counters idea. All things considered, when I did this deck last stream, it actually did pretty damn well. Considering the fact we're facing Wingnut and Poppin' Poppies. Like, it wasn't every game. It was like half the games were against our counters. But yeah, man, we're 8-1 here. Let's see if we can get the 9-1 going. And maybe we'll see if we can get Blob. I don't know, though. Do I ever keep Blob in my starting hand? Okay, so I guess we can draw into it the same way we're drawing into Quarterly. Quarterly I'll keep in my starting hand. Blob I'll get rid of. You can't force Blob. So here's bonus attacks, which are neat. We'll get rid of those. We'll keep the Quarterly. Okay, we have too many Quarterlies. I guess you keep 2 early game cards, though, always, right? I'm gonna go with my gut and not spam this on 1. I'm gonna wait until we can... Oh, man, some ramp, so... It's a really, really strong play. Spam this for a card? I'm tempted to. There's Cowboy. Alright. I'm gonna go with this, and maybe a mustache play on 3. If not, we'll pass turn 3, do Cowboy on 4, and then a mustache on 5. Something like that. We'll see what we get here. But yeah, I hope the opponent doesn't do anything too crazy. Alright. This is going to be really, really tough, because now the opponent can, like, literally play Cop Cannon or Three-Headed Chomper this turn. This is so rough. What am I supposed to actually do here? This and surprise him with Deadly, I guess? I really have no idea what to do. Alright. I mean, maybe he'll play like a laser beam here and then we'll die. Well, laser... I don't know. We're probably blocking this turn, so Chop might, like, really... If we block and then... I don't know what he's gonna... Okay, let's see what the opponent plays here. Heal deck. Catch up. Interesting. Really? Is this when I Deadly? To get rid of a 3-1. I don't think it is. I think we're just gonna Cowboy next turn. Save that for sure. We're gonna need like a big OTK, so having quarterly bonus and then Super Brainz Super is like ridiculous, because that's like a trillion damage combo. So I'm gonna set this up actually in the safest lane possible, which is here. Now we are taking a ton of heat here. Like, the opponent just spams heals. This Pepper MD is gonna basically kill us right now. Oh, I didn't realize this is Deadly though, so maybe I should have done this here. Yeah, we're in huge trouble. Man, that answers Cowboy so nicely. Well, there goes our Cowboy. Oh no. This is a hard counter, and we'll finally have the counters here. Ramp into this crap. Oh my gosh, and he rolled all ones. This cannot be going any worse. Hold on. Now we got to do the calculation here. If we do 7, hold on, I'm trying to find lethal here. If we do 7, 8, and 8 wins if he doesn't spam something in lane 1. Now the chances of that are very small. Is there a way to like stall for one more turn and then try to set that up? I mean, we're blocking here. Alright, I'm not giving up on this game, guys. I'm going Imp, Deadly. We're not going for the win quite this turn. Honestly, if he spams something in lane 1, maybe that was my only chance. Alright, well that's getting blocked at least. So I have to Super Brainz Super this turn here. I guess I'll go lane 1 with it. Yep. Alright, we survived. Completely winnable game, guys. Hold on. So now for next turn, we can do both of these. So 7, we're doing 3, 7, and 7 guys. We might actually have a path to victory here for real. If the opponent doesn't heal anymore. We're not getting rid of any of the ramp, which I hate. Chop! Chop. Chop is good thing. Chop is good thing. I do like Chop. Because now it opens another lane. I don't think we have the OTK here, though. See, this makes it 7, and then 7 and 7. So we have an OTK in lane 1 if he just spams one minion that's not a healing card. But if he heals, we lose on the spot. See, the safer play is just a teleportation zombie here. Honestly, I think that we have 2 quarterlies in hand, so we don't have to take all the health this one turn. And being able to teleport in a mini ninja is a pretty big deal here. No! No, really? Okay, well, there's no way to play around plant food or that. Come on! Alright, 8 and 2. And we'll make the hard counter. We'll start off, since this is such a great idea that I thought of. I think it'll be more in the live stream. We'll see if that matters. That was ridiculous. I mean, like, Little Buddy heals, catch a mechanic. I mean, that's how you beat this deck. But anyway, alright. The deck did really, really good. I really think that Super Brainz is really strong, even relative to Giganticus, because he can do, like, big OTK, quarterly bonus, and then you have an extra free bonus attack. in your hand with the Super Brainz Super. It's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, guys, that's going to be all for now. That was the Super Brainz aggro deck. Deck performed extremely well. Really happy with that. We lost one to a hard counter, and then we lost one to the block meter, essentially. I think that was that early game, if I remember correctly. But anyway, guys, if you want to see more content of PvZ Heroes, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. This is Fry.